Alright, so this new Joy-Con that's going around town seems to be real. I mean, that's what I thought it was. If you watched the last video on it, it seems to be 100% real. Everyone is saying it's real. Okay, let's get some more information, a different perspective on this. See what this guy has to say. Nintendo Land. Go check him out. Let's check out this video.
Oh boy, what is going on with Nintendo? Well, we just got another leak. If you guys haven't been around the last couple of weeks, like literally everything that you could possibly leak about this console has been leaking. Someone leaked the entire motherboard, so we know lots of the internal structure and the actual specs of the console. We've been seeing leaks of all types of the screen size, to the dock, to the logo, and a lot of it seems to be truth. Well, today we just got yet again another leak. This time of the Joy-Con, and we've seen some like kind of renders that people made, and just we've heard some talk about it, but this is the first time we're actually seeing the full Joy-Con, and it seems to be straight up spot on, and there's a lot of things that prove that this is the real Joy-Con. This is like a bittersweet moment for me because I'm like, this is so cool to see that. This has got to mean we're super close to the reveal, but it all
it's got to mean we're very close, but at the same time it's like, in a way, it's kind of nice to be surprised by Nintendo. And so we already know that this is happening. So it's like, it's kind of just like, when they do reveal it, it's going to be like, okay. It's still going to be awesome, don't get me wrong. But it's just like, I don't know.
Also means we're seeing all this stuff before we even see it in the reveal, which kind of stinks. And like I said before, I really do believe Nintendo shot themselves in the foot with this one. They've had so many opportunities to reveal this thing, and they decided to wait until as long as they could, and this is what's happening.
The longer they wait, the more people are going to find these leaks. The more people are going to know about it. So, you know, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot. But I understand that Nintendo wanted to wait till after the holiday season because you don't want to get people hyped about a new system. So, I guess if you get people hyped for a new system, they may be like, oh, maybe I won't buy that game this Christmas and I'll just wait for the next system to come out. I'll save some money. So, yeah, they didn't want to reveal it yet. But I understand, but it's also like, Also, check out these buttons right here. This is a big upgrade right here. From the SL button right here. Those things sucked. It's crazy. So it makes me wonder, is this just going to be it? Or are we going to slide something on there to help us press those buttons? Because they're already, I mean, they might just be fine like that. I don't know.
So that is why I still strongly believe something's got to happen soon, like within this week or sometime this month, because Nintendo cannot survive with more of this stuff leaking out. Every single day there's something new. But back to the Joy-Con. Yes, these seem to be the real Joy-Con. Now, before we start to doubt this and say, we don't know if this is true or not, apparently we do, because someone ran the actual serial number themselves, and it came up as an actual unit. Yes, this product exists, and it's actually registered from Nintendo. This is just crazy. And just for reference, this is what it would look like if that serial number was invalid and not a real product. It would say invalid serial number. So clearly, this has truth to it. This could literally be a retail unit that someone has right now. Which means it's scary, considering the fact that we've heard a lot of other people say that they had retail units as well, like the whole...
Like I was saying in the last video, it looks real, but there's still a chance that someone made this. But like, how would they get that serial number? Unless I don't even know. Like, I'm still thinking like, okay, could it be fake? Could someone like because I hate to jump to conclusions and say, oh, that's real. This confirms it. But I think it basically does. I mean, someone would have to like, how would you even get the serial number? And like, I think that confirms it right there. That is a real Joy-Con. That is I can't believe I'm saying that because I'm very suspicious about this stuff. Like I'm never like, yeah, this is real, but like 99% of me is saying, yeah, this is real.
Christmas leaker guy who showed us
Basically
pictures of the
confirms it
dock.
right there.
Now, before we start talking about what this means, let's look at the
That's
Joy-Con
crazy.
themselves. Now, like you can tell, they're clearly a lot bigger than the original. I mean, we
Yeah.
can see the side-by-side where clearly the one on the left, which is the Switch 2 Joy-Con, is a lot bigger. But what's interesting to me is the rail, because there's so much going on there compared to the
Yeah.
original. Now, both actually have
that's
the
the biggest
SL and
difference
SR
right there.
buttons, but the SL and SR buttons on the Switch 2 Joy-Con clearly are.
So if this is real then, which it basically confirmed that it was, why did that person take a picture of the front of the Joy-Con? I thought that was sus. I was saying that in the last video. We got the side and we got the back, and they both look great, like, you know, whatever, but why didn't we get, like, a picture of the buttons themselves, you know?
Are a lot bigger, which is a huge plus. They're such a pain to hit when you hold them sideways. I can't believe they were ever even that small, and seeing them side by side is pretty insane. So yes, we have bigger and better trigger
They were way
buttons
too
for this
small. You had
side
to
rail
slide that
there.
extra
You can still
thing on
see
there.
a small connect button in between these triggers, which helps you to connect your Joy-Con to an actual console, especially if you're not playing on your own console. The LED lights to signify which player you are on the side of the Joy-Con rail are now gone entirely and replaced by tons of other things, which makes me
Yeah.
believe that it's now on the side of the rail and not the back side, if that makes sense. It's hard to
Yeah,
determine
yeah.
which is the side when you're holding
That's
a
fair.
Joy-Con, but yeah, you can see this image, which seems to be coming from an accessory manufacturer who shows their little steering wheels that they're going to be selling, probably for the next Mario Kart, but you can see the lights are on the side of the rail than the back side. We also have these weird new flat buttons at the top of the Joy-Con and the bottom of the
I wonder
Joy-Con
what those
rail,
are.
which I have no clue what this is for. Maybe this is just something for it to actually connect to the unit, but it's definitely strange. It doesn't necessarily look like a button you can press, but maybe something else entirely. I believe it's just a way for it to stay on the screen better, but who knows. Now you can see the little slot in the
Bro,
middle of
this
the rail.
is
That's
insane.
apparently for it to magnetically connect to the side of the Switch 2, which we heard is going to be a thing. There's going to be magnetic rails instead of
Okay,
it
is
just
that just the
sliding
magnet?
into place,
Okay, yeah,
which
yeah,
we've
that
actually
makes
even
sense.
seen from leaks. You can even see on this one, which
Bro.
seems to be real, that the side of the console has these little
Bro.
latches. I hope we don't end up breaking these off on accident, because that looks really dangerous. But yeah, I guess they're just going to click to the side,
I
which
think
I
it's-
actually am a big
it's
fan
totally
of. Now,
real,
on the
bro.
side of the Joy-Con, underneath the
It's
triggers
totally
towards the
real.
top, you can see this new latch button. And this seems to be the same thing as the latch button from the last Joy-Con,
The
but a
latch button
lot
looks a
bigger.
little
And
weird.
yeah, it's going to be easier for us to press those and just pop the Joy-Con off instead of trying to dig your nails into that little button
That's
on the original
crazy,
Joy-Con.
chat.
Once again, just bigger buttons, bigger controller itself, just bigger improvements. Now this one is pretty interesting. There seems to be some type of IR camera or motion detector sensor or something above the latch in the middle of the Joy-Con rail. I don't know what this could be, and maybe there's some special gimmick that Nintendo is still, you know, waiting to show us or waiting to tell us. Of course, we don't know anything about this console from Nintendo themselves. It's all been from leaks,
Honestly.
but yeah, I'm curious to see what this could be. Maybe they add some type of new function to the Joy-Con. You know, Nintendo loves their gimmicks, and I'm sure this isn't just going to be a bigger, better Switch with no new gimmicks. So I'm actually very curious to see what this could end up being.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have the back of the Joy-Con, which doesn't give us
Yeah,
a
we
whole lot
already
of
saw
information.
this.
You can see that rail definitely is a lot bigger. But once again, if we compare it to that leak, there's a big groove on the side of the Switch now, which is this is probably going to fit in perfectly snug, so you won't even notice it, which is really cool. But yeah, all these leaks are coming together to make a lot of sense, and they're all working with each other to just prove that this is probably real. So clearly, this is very interesting. Now, I've seen a couple people online still trying to defend Nintendo and say, you know what, they probably don't care about these leaks. You know, we know it's going to be another Switch. It's the Switch 2. You know, there's nothing to really.
Yeah, I don't know how Nintendo's feeling about this. I mean, they might just be like, whatever. We're gonna do it at our own time, and whatever. I don't know, but because here's the thing: only like big YouTubers and people who are really, really into Nintendo are gonna see stuff like this. People who play Nintendo casually aren't really gonna notice this or care. They may not even be thinking about a Switch 2. They're just kind of like, whatever. So
really care about, they should definitely care. I mean, at this point, it's getting scary, because if we're able to have people out there with retail units that are clearly cleared from Nintendo, meaning that, you know, the serial numbers work, these are
the
real
serial
checked
number worked.
retail.
That like basically confirmed it for me. I mean, there's maybe a very, very, very small chance that it's not real, but I think that basically confirms it right there. So
units. So I'm like, what's next? What's stopping people from showing off everything about this console?
Honestly,
If we've already got the motherboard, we've already seen the dock and maybe even the side of the actual unit. We've seen the Joy-Con. What's next? What's stopping somebody from showing the operating system and the new menus and UI? What's stopping people from leaking maybe some game information? You know, what's stopping people from showing off every last thing that there is to be shown off? Maybe the new eShop that they could have and everything. I mean, it's literally going to be taking everything from a reveal. Look, personally, I'm telling you, these leaks do matter, because I went from being very hype about the Switch 2 to more very hype about the games at this point. I don't think I care about the Switch 2 anymore. It's just like, I know pretty much what to expect. And
I kind of know what to expect as well, but I'm still hyped for it, you know, like because it's going to be a more powerful system that I'm able to get my hands on and be able to play all my games on it. So, you know, I mean, I'm still, yeah, it kind of takes away the excitement of the mystery, but I'm still hyped.
I don't know if that's really a good thing from Nintendo. So unless they have absolutely killer games that are coming very soon and lots of launch games as well, I don't see how anyone's going to care all too much compared to the way we did with the initial Switch reveal. It was big, it was new, it was fresh, but now we're sitting in a time frame where, like, we have a Switch. Unless there's something that's really driving me to go out and buy this new one, why would anybody care? Like I've said before, Nintendo has a limited time to reveal this thing. I think this upcoming week is the best.
You could say that about PlayStation. I mean, like, why would you want to buy the new PlayStation? Because it's more powerful. It's basically the same thing, but it's a more powerful system, and there's more games on it, you know? So
best time frame to hurry up and get out in front of any more leaks that could be happening. I think there's a lot of reason why next week should be the week. I really hope they don't decide to, you know, wait out and let Donkey Kong, you know, take the spotlight when it's already a remaster of a remaster. I mean, at this point, Nintendo needs to just forget about the software for Switch 1 and just focus on Switch 2 marketing, because no one's going to care that much. I'm telling you right now. So time will tell. We're going to have to see what Nintendo decides to do, but let me know in the comments down below what you think is
Yeah, go subscribe to this guy right here, Nintendo Land. So, yeah, what do you guys think of this? I mean, do you think Nintendo should just release it already? Because, you know, I got all these leaks. What do you think? Just like, just let them do it when they want. I don't know. Like, at this point, it's like, I guess it could be next week, but I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments, and of course, make sure to like, subscribe, and help us reach our goal of 100,000 subscribers. Woo! These leaks are getting way too insane, bro.